Introduction to Database Management System. Myself, Ketan Hulle, Assistant Professor in Department of Electronics Engineering from Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. Welcome you all in today's session of Database Management System. At the end of this session, the student will be able to define the terms data, database, DBMS, database system, and differentiate between database approach and traditional file system. First of all, we would discuss the things that are related with the data. What exactly is a data? Data is nothing but the statistics, facts that can be recorded for reference or analysis. For example, images, text, videos, we can consider it as a data. Now, what exactly is the meaning of information? Information is nothing but a processed data. That is the major difference between data and information. In information, the data is processed, organized and structured in a meaningful way. For example, if we are having a data that a student Ravi, he has scored 90% marks in 30th mark exam. Now these are the raw facts of data that are available. Now Ravi scored 90% in the 30th March exam. This we can consider as a information. Now we would discuss what exactly is a database. Database is collection of related data so that it can be easily accessed and easily managed. A random data we cannot consider or refer it as a database. It is a designed, built and populated with data for a specific purpose. For example, telephone numbers, address of the people, we can consider it as a database. Now, what exactly is a database management system? The short form of database management system, it stands as DBMS. So, database plus management system, together we consider it as a DBMS, that is database management system. A database management system is collection of interrelated data and set of programs to access the present data. The main intention or the primary goal of database is to provide a way to store, retrieve the database whenever it is required. DBMS, it is a software system that enables user to define, create, maintain and control access to the database. Now, before database management system, a traditional system which was used, it was our file system. Now, file processing system, it was supported with a conventional operating OS. The system would store permanent records in various fields and it needs different application programs to extract the record, add the record from the appropriate or to the appropriate files. Before database management system, organizations usually stored information in such systems. Now, if you would consider database management system, we can list out the features which are shown here. First of all, database management has no any restriction related with the location. Multiple users can access the same data from different locations. Second important role is of the security. It is more secured compared to the traditional file systems. Now, if we will consider example of a university database, here the students are also accessing the data, faculty is also accessing the data and the senior staff is also accessing the same database, but each and every user will be having a different authority, different rights to access the same database. At a same time, all these peoples can access the database. Database management systems, it eliminates the data redundancy, that is the duplication of data, which was the major drawback of the traditional file systems. This is a structure of the data present in your database. The structure that is a tabular form. So in database your structure of the data will be, or the data is stored in a tabular form. The columns, they are called as attributes or fields in related with the database management system, and the rows, they are called as tuples. Now, what is the main intention of the database systems? For example, here if you would consider a university database, a university keeps information of all instructors, students, departments and course. Now, one way to keep this information is storing it in a computer with the help of your operating system files. Now, to allow the user to manipulate the information, system has number of application programs that manipulates the file. It would also include the programs also. Add new students, instructor, courses, register student for the courses and generate the class rosters. Now, assigning the grades to the students, generating their results, compute grade point averages and generate the transcripts. Now, if you would consider these things to be done in a file system, it would be a quite hectic thing. So, this is why we are preferring database management systems over file processing systems. The file processing systems, they are having these listed disadvantages. First is data redundancy, that is duplication and inconsistency, difficulty in accessing the data isolation, problem of integrity and atomicity. We would discuss each of them thoroughly. Now, data redundancy, it is possible that the same information may be duplicated in several places or several places. For example, suppose customer has saving account and current account. So, same information of the customer will be available in both the files, that is having saving account record and it is having current account record. So, same details of a single customer, they are present in two different files. That is nothing but data duplication or data redundancy. Next disadvantage is data inconsistency. Because of redundancy data, the data would not be in a consistent state. For example, customer address changes. So, with same customer who is having saving account and current account, but due to change in the address, the updated address will be updated in one of the file, and if it's not updated in another file, so same customer will be having two addresses, one the older one and the one with the updated address. Third one is difficulty in accessing the data. Here we would consider example of a blank or bank clerk who needs to find out customer names within a particular postal code. Now, the clerk will be having two choices, either obtain the list of the customer, extract the needed information manually, else ask a programmer to write a application program which would give the required output. Suppose that such a program is written and after few days he comes up with some new requirement that he needs to change the list to include the customer whose account balance is 10,000 rupees. As expected, the program to generate such a list does not exist because earlier, as per the requirement, the program was done for a postal code. Again, the clerk will be proceeding with the two options, which of them neither are satisfactory. Either he would have to change the things asking to the application program and then do it manually. Fourth one is limited data sharing. As data is scattered in various files and files may be in different formats, so folders may be in different PCs of various departments, so data sharing becomes quite difficult. And the last one, that is atomicity problem. Any operation in database must be atomic, that is 100% or 0%. Operation will occur completely or it will not occur at all. For example, fund transfer. If a computer system fails or system crashes due to the virus attacking during the transfer of the money, amount may get debited but may not get credited to the other account. So, database gets inconsistent state. Further integrity problem and security problems, the data values stored in database must satisfy certain type of consistency constraints. For example, account must have at least zero balance if that is the constraint. Application programs will be designed accordingly. Now, new rule comes that the balance should not be less than 5,000 rupees. Again, that application program has to be changed. So, integrity problems get generated. Security problems. Data access should be limited to the user. In file system, entire data is available with the user. So, security concern arises. For example, each user can check his her account balance only. Other accounts information will be available if we are providing a file systems. So, consider these things. That is why we prefer database management systems. These are the references which were referred while making this video. Thank you.